Hello, and let's jump right into how to use CoinMarketCap.com. Right here on the front page, what you're seeing is a list of the top 100 coins organized by market cap. And market cap, if you don't know what that term means, that just refers to the total value of that coin or token that exists in the world. So for example, the market cap of Bitcoin is $158 billion. That means all of the Bitcoin that exists, if you add them all together, going by the current market price for Bitcoin, that would add up to $158 billion. So that's what if you wanted to buy every Bitcoin, you would need this much money, basically is what that means. So it's a good measure of the sort of total value of a coin. That's really what it is. It's the total value. But you've also got this other data here. So price, that's the current price. Volume, that's the amount that's been traded in the past 24 hours. So that's a good measure of sort of how active a coin is, how much interest in that coin there might be. And we've got circulating supply, so that's how much of that coin exists in the world. Now, this number can change. It's not permanent because obviously coins can be mined. There are some coins that are generated in other ways, but this is how many are sort of out there available on the market now. Not available to buy, I mean in existence. So again, if you wanted to buy all the Bitcoin in the world, this is how many Bitcoin you would need to buy. We've got the change in the past 24 hours, and that's in the price. And we've got the price graph over the past 7 days, just a little sketch of it. And these are all sortable. So if you want to look at what's the highest price versus the lowest price of the coins that are in the top 100, or the highest volume versus the lowest volume, you can just click this and then click again to sort it ascending versus descending, much like you would an Excel chart or something like that. Now, this is only showing us the top 100 coins. You can keep going. You can go to view all and then you can sort everything. However, if you're watching this video to learn how to use CoinMarketCap.com, you probably don't need to, you probably shouldn't be looking at any coins beyond the top 100 just yet. If you don't want to use USD, if that's not your currency, you can change to any number of other currencies up here. So for example, if we live in China, we want to see what the prices are in Chinese yuan or renminbi, we can just change it to CNY up there. And now we're seeing all of these prices in yuan. Okay, so let's dive into one of these coins and we'll do some research. And let's look at Litecoin. Okay, so this is what you're going to get when you click on a specific coin, and this is the page that you come to if you Google, Litecoin CoinMarketCap, because this is a good kind of hub for a lot of basic information. Again, here we've got the price in USD and the change over the past 24 hours. Notice that we've also got the price in Bitcoin. And that is because on a lot of exchanges, you might have to buy Bitcoin first before you can buy whatever this coin is. Bitcoin and Ethereum are pretty universal, and Litecoin, some of the big coins are kind of available on more exchanges and have more trading pairs. But there's still a lot of coins that you can really only buy with Bitcoin. So we've got the Bitcoin price right here because that's what you're going to be using to purchase it. And again, we've got the market cap, volume, circulating supply, max supply, all this stuff. And you can see we've got Bitcoin prices here too. Now, circulating supply versus max supply. This is the amount of Litecoin that's on the markets that's being traded or that can be traded potentially. And the max supply is the total amount of Litecoin that ever could exist. So if a coin is mineable, but there's a hard cap to like how much of it can be mined, for example, that would be reflected here. If a coin is not mineable, but the developers have decided to hold a certain percentage of the existing coins in reserve and they're not in circulation, then you would see that reflected here as well. So sometimes these numbers are the same, sometimes they're different. But if they're different, then you might want to decide to do some research into why they're different, what's going on there. And this is a good place to start that too, because as you can see over here, we've got a lot of helpful links and even some tags. So we've got some website links. We've got some official, these are links to official sites. Litecoin, there's actually a couple of them, but that's useful. We've got those right there. So this is a good place to we can immediately sort of start our research there. We've got a link to the announcement on Bitcoin Talk, which is usually like a really early forum post that's like, hey, we just launched this coin. It may not be that useful for something like Litecoin, which has been around for like 7 years. So this information is going to be a little old at this point. But for a newer coin, that link may be useful. You'll have some links usually to a blockchain explorer or two, or in this case, 3. So if you want to look at a particular transaction, you want to look at a particular wallet or something like that, you can go there and check that out. You can check out a link to a message board often, and this will link you to, in this case, it's the Litecoin Talk page. Every coin will be different, and they may not all have all these links, but here we've also got a link to a chat, and we've even got a link to the source code, the GitHub page for this project. So it's very, very useful stuff. It gives you a quick at a glance, and here you can kind of go, okay, I want to know what this coin is. Let's click on this. Let's see what they have to say on their website. Oh, they got a guide right here. And so now I've already sort of dived into my research, and it all comes right from this page. But we've got more useful tools down here. If we look at this area in these tabs, here we've got a graph, and this is very fully functional, so we can sort it by year to date, look at price data from the past year, or from, wow, it's being a little slow today. Interesting. But okay, there we go. So let's say we want to look from the past month, and as you can see, we can sort of mouse over any day and time, and we're going to get this little pop-up with all of this specific information. We've got the price in dollars, we've got the price in Bitcoin, we've got all of these prices, and you can really get quite precise. You can kind of dive in and look at whatever you want to. You can put in a custom range of dates in here if you want to, and you can even change this from linear scale to a log scale if that's your bag. If we look at markets, let's say you've done some research on this coin, you decided you wanted to buy it. Now, where do you actually go to buy it? And the answer is right here. This will show you all of the markets that this coin is available on, and obviously this is Litecoin, so there's a lot of them, but in some coins or tokens, this number will be a lot smaller. They might only be available on 1 or 2 or 3. And it will show you the volume in the past 24 hours for all of those markets, which is really useful because you can see where most of the trading for that coin is happening. So in Litecoin, we can see that these top 9 exchanges, these are the only ones that even have double-digit millions worth of volume over the past 24 hours. So if you want to trade some Litecoin, you probably want to go to one of these places. And you will note that this actually isn't 9 exchanges because each trading pair is listed separately. So on OK Exchange, for example, we've got Litecoin to USD Tether and Litecoin to Bitcoin. Those are 2 different trading pairs. So more people are trading Litecoin and USDT than they are Litecoin and Bitcoin. But this is really useful to see who's trading what, where, what is the biggest market that I should go to if I want to trade this coin. Quite useful. And this gives you, this is a sort of total percentage of the Litecoin trading market as a whole. So 16%, almost 17% of all of the trading volume of Litecoin is happening in this pairing on this exchange, which is pretty useful to know. Here we're going to have links to some social stuff. Often it's Twitter and Reddit. So this will take you directly to Litecoin's subreddit. This will take you to the Litecoin project Twitter feed. Both of these can be pretty useful, especially if you're trying to find the official account, because often, you know, there are con artists and scammers out there that are trying to trick people. So you can come here, find, you can be pretty confident this is the real account, not something that's trying to trick you. Here we've got some tools. If you run a website, you want to put the live price of a coin from CoinMarketCap onto your website. You can just grab this widget, paste it onto your site, and you will get something that looks like this, and you can customize that if you want to. You can go through historical data for whatever coin you want over here, and you can change the ranges, whatever you want. Custom range even works. So you can basically find the price of anything from any time in history that you want. Super useful. Now, there are a few other tools that you might want to use. So let's just look at those before we wrap this up really quickly. So we've got gainers and losers. You can look at which coins are doing the best over the past 24 hours or the worst over the past 24 hours. A lot of these will be things that you've never heard of, and you can see the volume is quite low for many of them. So this doesn't, if something's gained a lot over the past 24 hours or lost a lot, it doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it's useful to be able to see that maybe. And you can also look at what's been recently added. So what's new, a fairly new coin that CoinMarketCap has started to track. So this might be a place to come if you want to look for, you're trying to get in on something new that you want to get in on the ground floor. Now, a lot of, are these coins good investments? I don't know. Probably the answer for the vast majority of them is no. But this is where you can come, you can find what's been recently added if you're interested in that. Okay, so you can look at trading volume by going up here. You can look at it by currency, or we can look at it by exchange. And then even within exchanges, you can look at markets with fees versus markets without fees. So yeah, that's basically it. Those are the basics of CoinMarketCap. This is really an excellent site to come to for your starting your research, looking into a coin, finding out what market to buy a coin on, all the stuff. It's kind of the default place where you might want to start your crypto journey with any specific coin.